Tour de Zwift 2026 is almost here, and if you've ever signed up thinking, I'll figure it out as I go, well, this video's for you. I'm not doing full recons here, those will come later. This is a big picture look at how Tour de Zwift works and which routes are worth your time each week. So let's start with the format. Tour de Zwift is Zwift's biggest annual multi-week event designed to let riders explore multiple worlds through a mix of races and group rides. The tour runs across 6 weeks with a new set of routes released each week. Each week includes one official race stage plus 3 group ride options at different distances. Race stages are shorter, more competitive through a GC competition, and where power PBs are even tracked. These racing results also impact your racing score, while group rides are longer and designed for social riding and steady completion. You can complete the tour by doing races, group rides, riding the route solo, or any mix of the 3. You only need to complete one event per stage to progress through the tour. Most stages can be completed in roughly an hour or less, depending on which route you choose. Miss a week? No problem. Tour de Zwift includes a makeup week at the end, giving you a chance to complete any stages you missed. Group ride events are scheduled frequently, with start times every hour throughout the tour. During the makeup week, that frequency increases to every 30 minutes, making it easier to fit rides into your schedule. You can also join a group ride up to 30 minutes after it starts and still receive credit for completing the stage. Just keep in mind, joining late counts towards event completion, but it won't unlock the route badge. Each completed stage unlocks rewards, with a special kit waiting for riders who finish the entire tour. More on that later. With the format covered, let's take a quick look at what each week has to offer. Week 1 of Tour de Zwift takes place in Mercury Islands, offering a mixed terrain start to the tour that showcases nearly every corner of the map. The race stage and short group ride for week 1 uses turf and surf. This is a rolling route that starts fast, stays mostly flat through the middle, and finishes with a sustained climb inside the cavern. It's a great opening race for the tour, giving riders a chance to settle in before the climbing really ramps up in later weeks. The standard route switches to Chasing the Sun, a longer route that moves between Nyokio and Umizi and adds a variety without too much climbing. The third option is a long route, Shisha Shakedown. This is the longest route of the week and the only Mercury option that takes you through essentially every section of the map. For week 1, I'd personally choose Shisha Shakedown. It's a big time commitment, but if you can only ride one Mercury route during the Tour de Zwift, this is the one that truly lets you experience the entire world. Next up, week 2 of Tour de Zwift takes us to France, home of cobbles, constant sprints, and one decisive climb that shows up exactly when your legs are begging for mercy. The race and short route this week is Hell of the North, inspired by Paris-Roubaix and packed with Zwift's signature cobbled roads. The opening through Les Intestins is technical and rolling, and steering can matter here if you're looking to apply pressure early. After a series of fast, flat sprint segments, everything comes down to the Petit KOM. The standard route is Three Musketeers, a segment-heavy tour of France's newer roads. With sprint and KOM segments coming one after another, this route never really settles. If you enjoy constant changes in pace and working with the group through repeated efforts, this one rewards staying engaged from start to finish. The long route this week is Knights of the Roundabout, a sweeping tour that links together nearly all of France's flatter roads. Seen from above, it's a collection of connected circuits that keeps the pace honest without overwhelming you with climbing. The Petit KOM is one true test, and it arrives late, making patience and drafting the real keys to a strong ride. If you're choosing one ride this week, my pick is Knights of the Roundabout. It's long, efficient, and surprisingly rewarding if you commit to working with the group. Week 3 takes us across 3 very different worlds: Scotland, Yorkshire, and Innsbruck, and this is where Tour de Zwift really starts to reward riders who can handle repeated hard efforts. The race stage for week 3 is Breakfast Crits and Grits, and this one is tailor-made for puncheurs. This route features repeated short climbs, constant changes in rhythm, and it both starts and finishes on the Sker Summit South climb, so positioning and timing matter all the way to the line. The repeated laps of Breakaway Bray mean there's very little recovery, and the uphill finish makes this a perfect place to test your 1-minute power. The standard group ride option this week is Yorkshire Double Loop, and this route is never flat. It's full of constant rollers and punchy climbs, making it a great challenge if you enjoy sustained pressure rather than one single decisive climb. The long route for week 3 is Innsbruck KOM After Party, This is a classic Zwift profile. Long flat sections up front, followed by a full ascent of the Innsbruck KOM to the finish. It's a great test of patience early on and climbing legs late. And it's also perfect preparation for what's coming later in the tour. My pick for week 3 is the long route, Innsbruck KOM after party. This is partially a sentimental choice since my first real tour on Zwift was Tour of Innsbruck back in 2018, but it's also one of the best ways to sharpen your climbing form before the harder mountain stages ahead. Week 4 keeps us in London, and this is another week where climbing plays a major role, but with just enough drafting to keep things interesting. The race and short stage for week 4 is London 8, which covers the full original London course. This route is fairly manual early on, but the real selection happens on Box Hill. It's just draftable enough that sprinters can hang on, which makes the final run-in more tactical than it looks on paper. The standard route is Greater London Flat, which is exactly what it sounds like. This is a sprinter's paradise, and a great option if you want to stay social and rack up kilometers without adding more climbing stress. The long route this week is Triple Loops, and this one stacks climbing on top of climbing. Between Leith and Box Hill, this is a serious endurance test, especially with bigger mountain weeks still to come. If I had to pick one event for week 4, I'd go with the race on London 8. It delivers meaningful climbing without overdoing it, and it sets you up nicely for what's coming next without completely emptying the tank. Week 5 is where Tour de Zwift really tips towards climbers, and Watopia delivers the biggest vertical challenge of the entire event. The race and short stage for week 5 is Ocean Lava Cliffside Loop. On paper, this looks like a lighter climbing route, but don't be fooled. The short, steep effort near the epic KOM reverse is absolutely decisive. Survive that effort with the front group and enjoy a sprint finish. The standard group ride is Glyph Heights, which is far more climbing heavy than the race route. This one is about steady pacing and finding your rhythm on repeated climbs. The long route is Tour of Fire and Ice, and there's really no comparison. This route finishes atop Alpe du Zwift, and in a group setting, it's one of the most rewarding climbs you can do all year. My pick for week 5 is Tour of Fire and Ice. No question. Climbing Alpe du Zwift in a race or group ride is a rite of passage, and you're almost guaranteed a personal best when everyone suffers together. Week 6 wraps up Tour de Zwift with a mix of punchy climbs and fast finishes across Richmond and New York. The final race stage and short route is Richmond Roller Coaster. All of the meaningful climbing happens early, and if you can survive that opening half, well, you're rewarded with a fast, flat finish. This is one of the best sprint-friendly race finishes of the entire tour. The standard route keeps things urban with no sleep till Brooklyn. It's rolling, technical, and rewards riders who can stay sharp through repeated efforts. The long route is the Greenway, which builds up the same New York theme but adds distance and repetition. This is actually the shortest long route of the entire tour, making it a great option if you want to finish strong without committing to another monster ride. If you're feeling cooked by this point, Richmond Roller Coaster is a great way to end the tour on a high note. But if you've got something left, the Greenway is a really satisfying final long ride. Tour de Zwift rewards you as you progress, with in-game unlocks tied directly to how many stages you complete. Complete your first stage and you'll unlock the party shades. Finish 3 stages and you'll unlock the party cap. And if you complete all 6 stages, you'll earn the Tour de Zwift ride kit. If you really want to go all in, Tour de Zwift also rewards riders who complete every route across the entire event. This is known as the Ultimate Challenge. Completing 9, 12, and 15 routes each unlocks a 500 XP bonus. And if you complete all 18 routes as part of the Ultimate Challenge, you'll earn a massive 11,000 XP bonus, the backwards after party cap, and you'll be entered for a chance to win the crown jewel, a one-of-a-kind Tour de Zwift Ride Smart Frame by Pedal Mafia. And if you like the look of the in-game kit, the real-world version will be available from Pedal Mafia. At this point, the best piece of advice I can give is this. Decide what you want to get out of Tour de Zwift. At 17 hours of total ride time if you're averaging 3 watts per kilogram, this is a large undertaking. If you want efficiency, racing is the fastest way to complete a stage. If you want flexibility or a steadier effort, group rides are your best choice, especially since they're offered every hour and even offer the late join ability. And if you miss a week, that's what the makeup week is there for. You don't need to ride every single route of Tour de Zwift for it to be a success. Choose what you want to ride and the routes that fit your style. That's the big picture of Tour de Zwift 2026. If you want deeper dives, I'll be putting out recon videos for all the racing stages as the tour progresses. If this helped you plan your Tour de Zwift, make sure you're subscribed and let me know down below in the comments which stage you're most excited for.